Hello. I made myself a promise yesterday, so today I have to shoot another video. Who am I? I am an engineer, and 6 months ago I quit my 9 to 5 job. No, it was 8 to 6 actually, 8 to 6 job, and I've started building my own company. And 2 weeks ago, I've gotten an agreement with my first client. I'm building operational systems for companies, and, and this is my almost first video. So last week, I've posted a job post in LinkedIn as a company, and that's an experience for me. So LinkedIn charge you a lot, I think, for job posting. So I keep it there for like 5 days, and there were 252 applications. So selecting one among them was a really hard job for me. So how did I do it? I still didn't choose the one yet, but I have one in my mind. So I'm gonna talk about how did I end up with this decision. First of all, I've had to shortlist some of them. I've shortlisted like 20 of them, and I've made 20 online interview. So what to ask in an interview or trying to get in a person was an experience for me also. But in the age of AI, it's it's not important which tools you know or which tools you have used before. I don't think that those are the important things anymore. But there are some indications that you will be a successful engineer or you will be a successful person in a company. And in my opinion, there are some, and I've tried to understand those of them in these interviews. So I think first of them, openness. What is openness? I think openness is the ability to talk what you think about. I know that might you can get it like a duh, yeah, you gotta be open, but I think many of the people that I've talked wasn't open. They were like some the interesting calculation behind their back inside of their mind, and you can see through them because they cannot say the thing they are thinking about, and you gotta try to pull the words out of their mind, out of their mouth. And as a founder, and I'm not gonna say as a founder, as a person, as a human being, it's so hard characteristic to work with. Even not work with, it's a hard characteristic to live with. So I think openness was my first key characteristic that I'm looking for. And the second one is ability to argue without hurting themselves, without getting offended, or without hurting the person in front of you. So it's like there are some things that you will get offended by if someone is talking about your personal issues, like your, I don't know, like your family maybe, or your appearance. Yeah, you can get offended by them. But if you're talking about, or if you're debating about an issue on job, on like any idea, you shouldn't get that as a personal issue. You shouldn't make it a personal issue. So I think that's a really important thing to look for in a person, in an employee. And is she or he a leader? And that's a specific, by the way. It doesn't have to be, not everyone has to be a leader, but for my first employee, I've looked for it because I need someone who can lead the future employees. And but I won't talk about it as in how can we distinctive the leading, like if there's someone that leads a project in a classroom, that doesn't mean that they are the leader type, because it might be because they have a good connection with the teacher or something. I think the leading for me should be like they need to start something by themselves. And I've come across to some students, they've started university club by themselves. That's a leading, that's a really good leading skill. Like I came across to a one that that started a club, university club, and not only that, he organized an event like for, I think it was like a 250-person event, so that's something. And there are some things that I'm trying to look for, but I don't know how actually. Like tolerance to uncertainty. I think that's a really important skill to have, but I'm not sure how to check in an interview, how to check how, in which question. Like I can understand if they are open or not from their just like a 3-4 sentence maybe, but I cannot understand if they have tolerance to uncertainty or not. So this is really important. If they can take any initiative. Nobody wants a person around them asking if I should do this, do that, if I shouldn't do this. Like cannot take any initiative, cannot decide on their own. Nobody wants those kind of person. I think that's a really important skill. And this is not actually, I'll go to another one. This is not actually something to, this is a categorization. If they cannot, if they can speak the client or not. If they can explain themselves by being a builder, by being a technical person, but they can speak words without putting like a fine-tuning AI or LLM, something, any jargon, how to say, like any technical words into the sentences. Do they have operational discipline? And that means, can they arrange their time, organize their time, and to do the things they want to do and they have to do, maybe. And last but not least, curiosity. I think that's the one thing that leads a person to learn. Curiosity. I think learning out of like with a money in their mind, that doesn't do well. But if you're a learner by curiosity, then it's a light that will never end. So I hope I speak a little better in this video, because English is not my native language, as you can see, and I'm not sure the voice is right, voice is nice, because there's a route down there and I cannot have control over the voice yet. So see you in the next one. Bye.